right, piss and vinegar day, whatever. Back day. This is the second back day of the week. Back in Forearms. So this is my sort of maintenance. Well, not maintenance. I get some gains from this back day, but this back day is more designed to keep my protein synthesis high until my next proper high intensity session on Monday. So there's less sets, there's less exercises, and some of them are reps in reserve. But it's just to keep that protein synthesis up. That's because I'm training back and chest twice a week now. I was doing a live narration and I was updating you guys with a huge piece of news in that fucking live narration, but like an idiot again, I recorded the video at 2 times speed, so the audio didn't go through and it looks all old timey. It's like a stop motion fucking film or something. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing back day, slowly getting to the point where my left arm can maybe match my right arm in a few weeks from now. We'll see how it goes. It's getting stronger. But anyway, today I want to talk about the fact that we're all going to die, and that once you can really accept that and really internalize that, it actually does give you power as long as you don't let it crush you. So for the longest time, I probably until maybe just a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, I didn't really think about death much. And if I did, there was kind of a fog wall of coping mechanism in front of it where I wouldn't really delve too deeply into the thought process. I would go, yeah, okay, I'm going to die sometimes in a shallow notion. But I never really sat and deeply thought about the fact that you're going to die and that there's a chance that there's nothing afterwards. And it's just, this is it. This is all you get. But lately, and I think it happened after the bicep tear, which sometimes when you realize you're not indestructible, do you start thinking about your mortality? I'm also getting older. I'm 27 now, so I'm fucking 3/4 of the way there, pretty much. But I've been thinking about death a lot, and I've been able to really internalize it. Really, because I don't know, you guys might be listening. You might be where I was, where you think about death and you think, yeah, I'm okay with that. But if you really understand the notion truly, if you can fully grasp the fact that you're going to die, it is quite overwhelming. But it doesn't overwhelm me. I'm able to keep it under wraps. Only time it sometimes overwhelm me is sometimes you wake up at night. I don't know what it is about nighttime. This is like something that all humans have always seemingly experienced, where sometimes you wake up at night and that's when they just come in, the thoughts, where you're like, oh shit, I'm going to die. That's happened a bit lately, but I don't let it overwhelm me. I don't, it's just like, you're going to fucking cry. The thing is, if you're too scared of death, you'll never live. That's the old saying, right? Is like, if you're too afraid of death, you'll never live. But in saying this, there is power in accepting that you're going to die. It's the old Stoic, principle of memento mori, that one day we're all going to die, and that's the Stoics of old used to tell themselves that. Because there's power in waking up and knowing that you're going to die, because it gives you a sense of urgency, but also, oxymoronically, a sense of sort of keeping yourself safe or preservation. So in one way, it will make you take more risks, because it's like, all right, maybe I should start taking more business risks, because I'm only going to live once and I want more money so I can enjoy life a little bit more for all the, nice things in life or whatever. Obviously, money doesn't bring total happiness, but just that's an example, is taking more risks in some areas. But then equally, maybe you don't go skydiving, or maybe you don't speed around in your car as much, or maybe you don't do totally stupid decisions if you think about the fact that you're not going to respawn like in Team Fortress 2 or Counter-Strike. You're going to fucking die. And there might be a heaven afterwards, there might be something afterwards, but there might be nothing. And that is good fuel, I think, if you can internalize it right and don't let it crush you. Because it can be a crushing thought that you're going to die one day. But if you don't let it crush you, because again, my thing is you either laugh or cry, and you're better off laughing than crying. So I'd rather just think, all right, well, I'm going to die one day, so I may as well make the most of this. And people who have near-death experiences have this in spades, where they experience death, and they're different experiences. People have different, near-death experiences. Some people see nothing. Some people go to the light. Some people go to hell. Some people experience all different types of, post-life or afterlife experiences or near-death experiences. But what most of them in common find is, at the very least, all of them have a different perspective on life afterwards. Their way of living life is always very different. And a lot of times it's for the better. They end up living life to the fullest because they have, they get to realize they're gonna die because they did die, right? If you drown and you die for 10 minutes and you come back, you died, right? And so if you know what that's like, it's going to be way easier to be like, all right, maybe I don't eat McDonald's every day and get obese and die early because I want to make the most of this. Maybe I travel more. Maybe I love more. Maybe I this more, this experience more, blah, 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 right? That's what I've noticed with these type of people. So if, obviously it's best that you don't have a near-death experience because it'd probably be very risky and sucky and would be shit. But what you can do is just really appreciate the fact that you're going to die. Like, really let that sink in, because I've heard that so many times when I was, just a year younger than I am now. And I go, yeah, I'm going to die. But I really didn't sink it. And if it does sink, you're going to be like, oh, it's like a gut punch that hits you hard as fuck. But if you just stay down and keep getting fucking punched, then you're fucked. So you got to get back up and internalize that punch. But yeah, you're going to die. And there's power in knowing that. The Stoics figure that out. People that have almost died figure that out. And I'm figuring this out just from, thinking about death. It's given more of a sense of urgency. Maybe rethink certain decisions and maybe think about trying to make the most of life, really. A big one is just like trying to make more money lately. I was like, because, that's one of the biggest coping mechanisms we ever do, is try to make as much wealth before we die, because we think we can take it to the afterlife. But that's not so much where I want to go through. It's just more like, before I die, I want to be able to like go, okay, yeah, I drove the nice BMW that I always wanted. I was able to provide for my wife and kids. I was able to have a nice house. I was able to save a family member from dying due to being able to pay for their medical care or whatever. Like, just people are so stupid with the money. They think like, oh, money doesn't solve all the problems. It's like, okay, cool, but it definitely can make you happier if you're in the right mental space. So that's been a big one for me, is I should probably start making more money, because at the end of the day, it's harder to have awesome experiences if you're dirt poor. But there's plenty of different things I've been internalizing about the fact I'm going to die, not just money, a lot of different things. So yeah, if you can really internalize that and know that you're going to die, it'll probably make your life better in some ways. In other ways, you'll lose your childlike innocence. But, that's part of being a man, is growing up and realizing you're going to die. I think that's a big part of being a man. Anyway, peace out, bye. We're all going to die.